All right, let's talk about how to stay in a trade. And here's just a beautiful, beautiful example. And you know you get days where you get these runs. Don't you wish you could be in them? All right, so let's talk about this trade. So let's come down here. We got this valley, and we've got hold level right here. We make that solid color. And so price, 2 candles, it comes back, it hits, does a little wobbling here, then it goes up. Now, I would have been out of this trade here, although we can see the day goes that long. I know I would have been out. The reason why is this thing went up 6 points, then it came back, then it went under. So I would have probably made 2 or 3 points on that trade. So that trade didn't work out for a long-term one. Not for me anyway. So we'll draw that. And I'm going to put my entry right there because I would have entered it. So now let's draw our next trade. Price goes up. This would be a backside. Now, a couple things here. You might have got in right here, and I would consider that level tested actually right here. You'd have had to front run it. Let's see, let me just grab this. 2 ticks. So if you'd have front ran it 3 ticks, you would have been in that trade. Then it would have came all the way back to your entry. I would not have taken a loss, so I would have captured half of this is what I would have. So my goal would have been 6 points on that one. Okay, I wouldn't have let it come all the way back against me. Next trade you have, so your entry could have been right here. And actually, this is about to muddy things up. Let me move this over. You have a break level right here. Turns out this would have been the trade of the day. If you'd have entered there, had your stop just a point or so underneath there, you would have been in this trade. So you entered here, and you could have entered here. Now let's talk about how to stay in a trade. How can you capture all of this confidently? Well, first thing we were hoping to do is as price goes up and price comes back, there's going to be levels that we can draw here. Like here's a backside, and here's a front side. So as price did that, and if price came back, what's going to happen most likely at these levels? Well, most likely it's going to bounce. So these 2 layers here offer us protection against taking out our entry. So we're looking at building protection layers as price builds up. This is a protection layer right here because this is a break. Most likely price is going to bounce right there. So we got a protection layer. I'm just going to command copy this. I got a protection layer right here. Price keeps going up. I got a protection layer here. It actually comes back and hits a backside. Do you know what that was perfect for? Adding to your trade. Adding to your winner. So the goal here is we're going to add protection layers, just regular old hold levels, regular old break levels, as price is going in our favor. And you have a choice. Do I want 1, 2, 3? How many layers of protection would you like to have? Well, at least 1. But through all of our analysis and being in live trades, and this is where trading in a group really is helpful. Let's say you got in here and you had this big shoot up. You say, guys, help me. I'm up. How much would you be up right here? I'm up 30 points. Help me stay in this trade. Okay? Well, if you're going to do the double layer protection, as price is, I'm going to put a circle. Let's make this circle orange. Okay, when price is right here and it's skyrocketing up, if you had 2 layers of protection, your stop loss, which I'm going to do as red, your stop loss is going to be under this second protection layer. Now, you entered here, and so you're up 8 points. You know, if you got out of your profit right there, that's 18. Not bad. But what if you had a 50, 60, 70 point runner? Are you willing to give up that amount of profit? It's up to you. If you had a 1 layer of protection, you're right up here. If it drops underneath that, I'm out. So price keeps going up, 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 up. It comes back down. You're starting to get a little scared. And then it does that and you go, woo. So now we go to this break level. Now in this real live example, I would move my stop to under the break level. And I'm like, okay, that's all I'm willing to let happen. Because technically, as I'm looking at this even closer, there was a break level right here. It took it out barely. Then it went up. So once price goes up there, I'm going to have this protection layer, and that's going to be my stop. Price comes back and hits this backside. You could add to your position here with a regular 6-point stop loss or even less. Because you got plenty of profit in this trade to take a loss here, and you're still good. This is a great multiplier. So price goes up to here. At this point, I'm going to move my stop here, but I got to also draw some new protection layers. I got a protection layer here. Copy V. I got a protection layer. Come on. Here. And now I have this as my break level. I'm going to make that dotted. So now I got 3 protection layers. So if I'm going to give me a double protection layer, my out would be right there because I got 2 layers. Price goes up, it comes down, goes back up. I don't count any of these levels as protection levels because I don't have 2 candles yet. So I don't have any new protection levels. It comes back and hits both of them right there. You're probably scared. If you had a single protection layer, you're out right there, which is not the end of the world. What would that trade be? 35 points. But with a double protection layer, well, this is where you get juiced. So it goes up. And where's my new protection layers? Where can I draw a new hold level? I'm going to draw it here. I'm probably going to draw it here. My stop would move up to here as price was up there. Then as it went up to here, now I can establish even more. I got this hold level. Now I got this break level. So 2 layers of protection. My stop is now underneath here. Price goes up. I now have this as a protection layer. I have this as a protection layer. And I have this break level as a protection layer. I'd probably put it here. So now I got 3 protection layers up there. This rapidly comes up to here. And that's where you'd get out. Right there. So let's squunch this up. Even if you didn't add, this is 60 points. If you did add here, you'd have had 60 on those and 25 on the add. Not a bad way to go. A couple other things you can do to help stay in the trade. Now, I like that way the best. It does require some work. However, you should be drawing these levels anyway. Okay? Where was I going to... Where is that? Sorry guys, I'm looking for that. That's what I'm looking for. This is an indicator. It's an EMA. I have it set to 12. I found on these ES trades 12 is pretty good. One of the ways to use this is I am in this trade until the entire candle closes underneath it. So you would be in this trade, you'd be out right here. You'd be out right there. Not a bad exit either. So if you just wanted some kind of no-brainer thing, put on that EMA, and when a candle closes under it, I'm out. Now in this case, you can see it went up. The protection layers was a better way to manage that trade. One of the other things you could do also, this is a cotton thing, as you draw from accumulation to accumulation, and you have this trend line. Then I would draw another trend line. And when it breaks, that is where you'd get out. So you'd get out a little higher with the trend line. So 3 kind of methods to stay in the trade longer. Build protection layers, which is what I recommend you do. Make price break the trend. Make it take out a break level. Nowhere along this way did it take out a break level. So even if I boil this down to another method of saying, okay, let's just draw break levels on the way up. And it's got to take out, let's say, well, it's up to you, because technically right here, this is why I like double. Because it took that out. Maybe you say take it out by a point. I don't know. It's up to you. But did it take out that break level? It did tiny. Let's see how much it was. What's the bottom of this candle? Low is 67, 75. 3 ticks. I wouldn't allow that to get me out at 3 ticks. But a point or so under this break level is fine with me. And then we have this new break level. Didn't take that out. Here's this break level. Now it did take that out. So if you're using a one level, you could have been out here or you could have been out here. But the thing that's sad about that, and why I'm not necessarily in love, is you had this backside, which was an obvious add, and it bounced right off the backside. So that's why I like double protection layers again. You could erode that all the way up to right there. That's how you stay in a monster trade. That's how you make your week in one trade. And we see that happen at least once or twice a week. Okay?